So I went to the thrift store the other day with my brother and his family and picked up a few Xbox controllers. So that one's a little squeaky, but pretty normal. This one I bought from him, or one of the white ones I bought from him. Maybe this is a thrift store find, I don't know. But also pretty normal. And then I don't know if you can tell which one is definitely from the thrift store, but then we have this with like glued felt pads on the sticks. I don't know why. So I'm going to be doing a video just cleaning it and replacing those. And there's also like a little, like this is like tape or something. I don't know what that is. Is it also glued on there? No, that was just like tape or something. Like masking tape? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the, like this seems, I'm just like, it's so gross even to touch it. It's like, ugh, I just want to wash my hands. All right. I mean, if this doesn't have stick drift, I don't know which controller would. Like, this looks like something that fell into a pile of glue and then fell into like an art store's dumpster. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a video on cleaning this. I'm gonna start working on it now, actually. Just get those thumbsticks off. And I'm gonna try and use goof off to take this layer of purple off of it if I can. If not, like, oh well, it'll just be a unique controller that I own, I guess. I was thinking of just leaving it like this, and then when my friends come over and we play like a LAN or a System Link game, this is the controller this is the bad controller somebody would get. I thought that'd be kind of funny, but I just gotta fix it. This is why I buy these things anyways, just to restore them a little bit. Let me just find that screwdriver, and we'll get to work here. There it is. Okay. So I'm choosing a flathead, like a really small one, just because the screw bits, the screw heads that they use have like these little, yeah, so this one broke off while I was doing it, but you can see like little metal posts in the middle of them, so you can't use a normal screwdriver to take them out, unfortunately. That one's good. This is where I'm just I have the urge to purchase an ultrasonic cleaner, looking at something like this. I need to go ahead and just dump this whole thing in there. Some of these screws, it feels like they use Loctite on. Maybe it's that, or it's just that it's, it's been a decade and a half since these were screwed in. Ooh, that doesn't look good. And so they just are slowly, over time, fusing with the plastic. Yeah, I know none of this sounds good, but this is a $4 thrift controller, so if I can take it apart and bring it back to life, that'd be great. It's not going to be done in the best way possible, I'm sure, but you can let me know in the comments if you have done any controller restoration on similarly messed up, or I guess maybe not messed up, but this one certainly is, but decorated, uniquely decorated controllers that you found. It's just not. There we go. So we'll just put some isopropyl on there. That's good enough. Okay. The final screw is revealed. Excellent. Let's take that out. And I know if I'm doing this with so many controllers, I might as well buy the screwdriver that actually fits it. I'm not sure if you can, like, I'm sure there's like a special, That screw come out? Sure. Oh, it's stuck. There you go. Well, that fits perfectly, apparently. I'm sure there's like a special bit or something that you could buy that fits it really well, but one of the nice things about thrift shopping is that it's cheap, so what's the point in, you know, spending money on a special bit if you have tools that do the job. All right, so the screws are out. Let's see if this thing is super glued together or not. Now, if you're seeing this video, you know, some tiny chance that you're seeing this and this is your controller. Well, no, I didn't really do anything like this to my controllers when I was younger. I thought about painting my controllers, but I just never did. But when you're a kid, you just kind of like, you're like, oh, I like purple. I'm gonna make this my purple controller. I will get the spray paint. And honestly, like the paint isn't like abrasive or anything. It feels okay. Like it kind of just feels like the controller. So I don't know what kind of paint they use, but they did a good job using like a paint that wouldn't be uncomfortable to hold. They just did some other weird stuff to it. I don't know why. All right, take these out. Take this motherboard out. Ooh, is the felt? The felt is too large. The felt is too large to fit through these. There we go. I had to like physically push those. Oh my god. I think I might like hold on to these as like a trophy. Like the nastiest controller sticks of all time. Okay, get these out. Might as well just do a deep clean. You can just see like all sorts of crap falling out of this. Ugh. Okay. Oop, almost lost one. We got you. I have a tiny Phillips head, but it's too tiny for these screws, which is weird to say considering how small these screws are. And you're going to see them in a second. And even the ones that came out of the controller look gigantic compared to them. And I don't know if it's the same screws used across Xbox controllers. I've taken apart a lot more. I just used the tweezers to squeeze those tabs there. These two tabs. I've taken apart a lot more OG Xbox and Xbox One controllers than I have 360 controllers. It's only recently I've decided I want to collect some 360 stuff because that's kind of the one I grew up with. And my console red ringed, and this is also an extra piece. Console red ringed, I think a couple of times. I ended up getting new consoles, and when the Xbox One came out, it was backwards compatible with the games I cared about, and I was like, all right, well, I'll just use that. And I traded in my Xbox 360. It's the dreaded trade-in story that every kid has, you know, or every adult has, I guess, of when they were a kid, and they're like, I'm not going to use this anymore. I wish I had my Game Boy Advance still. That thing was, I remember playing that on the school bus. Pokemon Crystal. I'll try the goof off on this, see if it does anything. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's working great. It smells delicious. Honestly, this wouldn't be a bad candidate for like a clear shell off AliExpress or something, but I feel like I don't have any black controllers, so I might as well restore this one. And hope that the goof off doesn't really damage this. Before I go too much further with the goof off, just grab a few more paper towels. I'm going to try a little bit of isopropyl and see if that works too. Maybe I'm going a little bit too extreme off the bat. That might also work. So it might be working better. Yeah, okay, that works too. Works even better actually, because goof off was maybe melting the plastic, I don't know. It's just becoming sticky after like the first application of it. So I don't know if this is painted or if it's like a marker. Oh, there's just a thick layer of it. Maybe that's why the goof off was kind of having trouble there. This is what I'm using. 91%. Because I use it to clean motherboards and stuff, so. Alright, maybe start with goof off and then move to isopropyl, because the rest of this is kind of sticking on there pretty good. No, maybe not. Alright. So, seems to be working just fine. See all the purple coming off. I might leave like a tiny bit of purple on it somewhere just to like commemorate the thrift controller. The thriftiest controller of all time. Or I might just clean it all off, I don't know. Really hope that goof off didn't do damage to the controller here, the shell. Might have been a little too harsh for it. Like this side is a little bit more textured than this side, it looks like. I don't know. It was a $4 thrift controller, so I don't know. And you know, even if you're not like making a video out of it, it's still fun to pick up electronics that are kind of beat to crap and bring them back to their former glory. Especially stuff that you have some sort of attachment to or some nostalgia for. Like Xbox 360 definitely has a place in my heart as one of the greatest consoles of all time. As somebody who primarily played Xbox, and you know, I played PlayStation as well, and I love PlayStation. I grew up with PS1. I played Area 51 on PS1, and that game was amazing. I do want to put together like a custom light gun and PC for that at some point, so I'll definitely do that. But yeah, that game was awesome. Not just that game, but all sorts of light gun games I'd love to set something up for. But yeah, no, Xbox is what all my friends played, and that's where the online community was for my town, so that's the one I had all the memories on, even though it was paid and PS Online wasn't at the time, if you could believe that. Back when the economy was strong enough, you didn't have to charge a subscription for everything. Holy crap. What it's become today, and that is why I have a Plex server with all legal backups of all my movies, of course. That's a fun project too. I think a lot more people are getting into that. Used desktops have been going up in price, so it seems like a indicator that that is becoming more popular. All right, so there it is. Looks pretty good. Yeah, the goof off looks like it might have. I don't know. It definitely feels smoother on this side. I think it was maybe damaging the plastic a little bit there. Oop, spilled some alcohol. That's fine. A little deep clean here. Oh, not a super deep clean. Honestly, as far as controllers go, like, I don't know if it's the black color. Oh, it is gross. Okay. It is the black color then, hiding all the grossness, because usually these have a bunch of grossness in here, and I've never cleaned a black one until now, but those are gross too, apparently. In their own way. Hidden grossness, even worse than normal grossness. Oof, look at that. Ew. Kind of happy I'm wearing gloves. I wish I wore gloves in the other videos. Kind of the way things go. Cleaning old stuff, they get gross after a while, even if you're not eating snacks while you game, which who doesn't eat snacks while they game, you know? Like, it's just part of the deal. You gotta have some snacks while you're gaming, man. We're gonna go too crazy with the cleaning here. Just clean it just enough to get all the real nasty stuff out, and then I'm happy with it. Try from this angle. This is the angle you're gonna be playing with it from, so I don't need to go too crazy with the inside. I bet that's gross. Kind of gross. Okay. All right. Let's get this one. Get these ones again. Start. All right, looks clean enough there. Let's move on to the bottom half here, which also has purple on it. And since I'm in Q-tip mode, I'll just get a few things with that real quick. It's pretty clean on the inside, honestly. These things are sealed up pretty good. I'm always surprised to see like how many videos of people cleaning out controllers and there's like bugs in them and stuff. Like maybe it's the type of controller, or Xbox 360 controllers just better sealed. I don't know. Or they just do like extreme examples for entertainment, you know. Like this is a pretty extreme example, actually, if I'm being honest. Like, who the hell puts felt pads on their joysticks? I don't know. Clean it here. Hole. Clean it here. Let's get the rest of this purple off. Crazy. There's gonna be some left over, I'm sure. It's probably gonna stain my silicone mat a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I wish I knew what kind of radioactive paint they used on this, so then I could better understand how it's gonna come off and what it's gonna affect, but there's a few more spots on this side. Kind of debating leaving one side purple. But the whole point is to restore it. I think keeping the joystick trophies is memory enough of this. Along with the video. Oh, going for a ride here, huh? Oh, put that on there. it looks like. Aggressive with it. Whoa, it's the Thanos controller. It's not even paint, it's just Thanos palm sweat. Yeah, it came out pretty good. Okay, it definitely looks better on camera. Still some purple splotches here and there. Just clean out the purple if I can. There's a few parts where maybe the controller might have been scuffed or scratched where they painted over it, and then it looks like it bonded a little bit better there. It's a little bit tougher to get out. Let's see. There's a little bit right here. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more right here on the side. Yep. A little bit on the front. There it goes. And on the back. Take that off too, I think. Okay. And, well, it's not looking perfect, but looks better than when I got it. So that makes me happy. That's what this is all about. So no point in doing this if you're not enjoying it. And I'm one of those weirdos who likes to clean things up and restore them. So, all right, cool, it's done. The whole button, but the most important part is the part that you're going to touch. So just making sure I really clean that, and the rest of it I just kind of twist around. Now I don't know, I'm sure there's like solutions. I could have just thrown this in an ultrasonic cleaner with one of those, but I don't own an ultrasonic cleaner. Should I get one eventually? Probably. Especially if I continue to do stuff like this, but who knows how long that will continue for. Okay, cool, so the buttons are relatively clean. Ooh, you know what? There's still a little bit of purple on here, so let's clean that off. This from the side for now. Okay, a little more ISO on here. Some purple up there. done with paper towels, but I was not. I do have a toothbrush too that I could use to help clean, but I don't know if that's necessary. Sometimes I'll use something like that for motherboard cleaning. Maybe I'll use it on the controller motherboard, but I don't think there's any necessity to use it here on the outside. So that's looking better. It looks mostly black. Right. Decent. And then let's clean the bumpers up real quick. I don't think this has any purple on them, but let's see. Maybe a little bit on the top. But that should be cleaned anyway because these get kind of nasty. Try not to snap the plastic here. For how old this plastic is, I mean, it's not really brittle or anything. It holds up pretty good. I bought a Smoke Edition Japanese Xbox, and it came with a, there's that button that had that nasty stuff on it. The sync button. I gotta get that with a Q-tip, I think. But yeah, the Smoke Edition Xbox I purchased, actually I might use a toothbrush here, even though I said I might not. That Xbox I purchased came with a Japanese controller and the plastic on it, so I don't know if these were like different controllers, they were early releases. This one said made in Malaysia, and all my other controllers have been made in China, all the original Xbox ones that I've cleaned. So this Japanese controller, I unscrewed it, and as I was unscrewing it, the plastic on it just, for all of the screws, was breaking. So I had to replace the thumbsticks. They were just in really bad shape, and the rubber on them was just falling off. It was going to fall off as soon as you started using it, it seemed like. So took it apart to do that, and it just came apart. It really came apart. I was able to get it back together enough to salvage it, so it is all together and working pretty well, but that was just unfortunate. It's the only Japanese controller I own, and it kind of didn't really do too well, unfortunately. So those old controllers, I mean, you like to think that the original Xbox is really, really old and Xbox 360 is a lot newer, but OG Xbox, those controllers are from 2001. Some of these are only like 4 or 5, now probably only 5 years or more older. Newer, I mean. Like, so this released in 05, 06, I think, somewhere around there, the Xbox 360, and these controllers could be, I mean, fair enough, these could be from like 2014. I think they were still making them then. I think the last Xbox they made came out in, last Xbox 360 model, the Walmart one, was released in 2016, so they were still making controllers then. Okay, I'm just gonna clean the motherboard really quick. Probably unnecessary, but I'm here. Might as well do it. Just to clean the contacts a little bit. And make sure that the buttons are all at 100%. Yeah, there's a little bit of red stuff there. I don't know what that is. More of that red stuff. Hope that's not like something that leaked onto here. Because I'll be honest, I turned this on, but I haven't tested for like stick drift yet. Anything like that, so I could need to do that. Could be a requirement to replace those sticks later on, which I'll do. I have soldering tools, and I've done a few mod chips and in the OG Xbox, and I've soldered joystick replacements for Xbox One controllers, so you know, wouldn't be the end of the world I have to solder this. I'd figure it out. Plus, the nice thing about working on this stuff is that there's so many people with YouTube channels that do this stuff. So, oh my God, shadows I've been trying to clean. Look at this. I was like, oh, something burned here. I better clean it. No. It's a shadow. I'm a ding-dong. Let's get in here and just clean these up really quick. These triggers. Let me flip this so you can see what I'm doing. Cool. Thought this controller would be dirtier, honestly. I'm just looking at those weird felt pads on it. These things, if you forgot. Jeez. But maybe like a kid got a hold of it and just did that, and otherwise it was well taken care of. Who knows? It's fun to imagine what kind of story there is behind old electronics. Who used it, how they used it. You know, what kind of days it saw. Clean the back of them too. Could use a paper towel for this, but let's use the Q-tip. Make sure I get those contact points really good. Okay. Same with this. Let's get a new Q-tip actually. It looks kind of gross. Okay. Those contact points. Clean up here with the dry end, which seems to have exploded. Don't know how that happened. Clean this one up too, actually. This is still kind of gross. Just get all that stuff off there. There we go. Okay. So, putting it back together. So, first things first, let me solve this riddle here. It goes like that, head it upside down. Thing goes like that. Now that it's dry, you can kind of take a better look to see if that color is still on there. Doesn't look like it. All right, this just snaps in here. Okay. That was the hard part. The rest of these, if you've ever seen a controller, then you should know how they go back. B is on the outside. These ones are tough actually because they're both arrows, so you kind of got to guess. Although they're both uniquely cut out, so you can kind of tell where they go. Like if I, yeah, so that's good. You can kind of, they're in the right spot. And let's just put this on here, a rubber bit. And this one will go on the D-pad once that's installed. So let me do that now. Okay, it's pretty solid. And then this thing just matches up with that little hole there. Okay, so that's going to go off to the side for now. I will take the motherboard here. And these sticks, I believe, will fit this controller. They are designed or sold for the OG Xbox, but they're a pretty good match to the Xbox 360 sticks. That one's, you can't really tell, but has the dots, and I believe the black controller uses black ones anyway, assuming these are the originals. So it's been a while since I've seen a black controller from the 360. All right, so try not to damage this too much. Okay, seems to be on there pretty solid. Just gotta get these springs in there. And does that look a lot better than when I got it? Minus the goof off residue or whatever that is. I think it looks better. Cool. Okay, let's screw this back in. We'll do that center one last. Okay, the last screw. Okay, so that's it pretty much all put back together. I'm just going to do one last wipe down real quick. Just really hit everything with it. Make sure it's 100%. Maybe you'll see a little purple on the paper towel at the end of this. It's kind of funny too, like I thought I was putting this in the right side up because these were upside down, or at least they look that way if you look at it like this. But it's so that when you read it, or when you flip it up, you can read it like this. And yeah, these do look a little dusty still, so I'll clean it up a little bit more off camera. Okay, so I was able to get a better grip on these and kind of pull them up a little bit more. But what you're doing is, this is the underside that connects here, right? So orient it where the underside's facing you, and then these bits of metal at the tops of these is where you want to kind of pull back on, because they're in there leveled up like this is how they're supposed to be. So kind of like my finger here, flat, and over time, angled I mean, and over time they flatten out. So all you're doing is pulling it back up. Okay, so the spring method does work. I just tested it on this one, and I think there's a bigger issue at hand here, which I'm just now seeing. But you can see kind of like the on the spring there's some corrosion. Somebody left one of these in there for too long, and the battery just leaked and corroded that away. So I got in there with a Q-tip and some steel wool. I really tried to clean it off. It doesn't seem like it worked very well. But let's just see if it does anything here. No. So this is just a bad battery pack just because of that corrosion there. I'm not sure of any way to go in and replace that. So this is another one where I pulled back the springs, and the springs look clean here, you can see. So see they have a little bit of springiness to them now. If I put that in here, turns on. So it's the controller's good to go. Just looks like I'll need a new one of these, which is it's unfortunate. I mean, I can see if I can really get in there with a tool and clean that off, but I don't have high hopes. It seems like it's pretty baked on there. I mean, if I get in there with tweezers now, you can kind of hear it. anyway, controller's fixed. I think I'll have to order a replacement one of these battery holders if I can find one. Maybe they have like a charge pack. It might be cheaper. I don't know. I'll look around, see what I can find. It seems like these are like the most commonly missing things, so either they're not going to be anywhere online, or there'll be an easily accessible solution to this that somebody's started to manufacture to kind of replace all these to make a quick buck. So we'll see. I'm going to hold on to this and just keep researching. Maybe there's a solution for that corrosion in there, but the basic principle remains the same. If these are clean and there is no corrosion and they're not starting, pulling those springs up does solve the issue. Thank you for joining me. This was Chandler at CJ Squared Studios. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.